What's up, Movie Club? So this week for Movie Club, we watched the movie Mulan. Mulan came out in 1998, and I'm really glad we watched it again because I haven't seen this movie in a very long time. This movie's over 15 years old, and it still stands up. It's still one of those really good Disney movies. It's newer Disney. And what I mean by newer Disney, I mean it's not the typical role for a female protagonist in a movie. She's not longing for love. She's not searching for a future husband. In this, there is a love story, but it's the love story between her and her father. Now, Mulan is set in ancient China, where the Huns are invading, and they just got to the Great Wall, and the Chinese armies are calling on all available, I don't want to say able men, just available men. And when I don't say able, it's because Mulan's father is not able at all. He is limping, he's in bad shape, he's old, and he's not doing so hot. But they called for every man in the family, and he's the only man left. Mulan doesn't have any brothers, so it's just her dad, and he has to report to the army. Mulan sees this as a chance for her to finally get out and be her own woman. But in her quest for being her own woman, of course, she has to pretend to be a man. She doesn't like the typical things that most of the girls do back in her village. She's not looking for a husband, she's kind of rebellious, she doesn't really fit in, so she decides to join the army in her father's place so she could save her dad's life and just prove what kind of person she really is. One thing I did notice about Mulan, though, is I tried to fast forward through certain parts of the movie. Yes, it was the singing parts. You can't fast forward through the singing parts of the movie because they're crucial to the plot of the movie. Everything that happens when they're singing is relevant to the story. And when I say that, I mean, like, they're singing and they're talking about, I'll make a man out of you, and it's about her trying to become a man in the army, trying to become a soldier. And if she doesn't succeed in becoming a soldier and fooling these guys that she's actually a guy, she could be killed because she lied. That's why her family doesn't go after her, and that's why she kind of set out to do it herself. Now, she does pray for some help, so of course her ancient family relatives are listening, and they decide to send a dragon to go help Mulan in her quest. It doesn't end up being the dragon it's supposed to be. We end up getting a little misfit toy, if you will. Little dragon, his name is Mushu, and his biggest thing is he's trying to help Mulan out. He's trying to help her succeed in what she wants to do because she's very headstrong and doesn't want to go back to the village. She's very determined on what she wants to do, and he has to help her out along the way. Now, Mushu's character is actually played by Eddie Murphy, so the little dragon is pretty much your comic relief throughout the whole movie. He's the one that's supposed to be giving you the one-liners, so you're supposed to be laughing, and he's more geared toward the kids. He's trying to keep the kids involved, keep them laughing, keep them having a good time, but every once in a while, he got you laughing. I mean, he's really funny. And as I said before, I don't really like the singing parts, but what it lacks for the singing department, it makes up for in the action department because there are certain scenes in here that are amazing looking. One of the best shots that I really liked was actually when Mulan's running out there to take on the Huns, and she has a cannon, and she's just running up to this wall of Huns just coming down on her, and it's like certain death coming down on you, and she still charges forward, and she does what she has to do to protect her troops and take out the army, and basically she saves the day. But then this movie kind of takes a turn where I didn't really like, where it found out who she really was, and they exiled her, and it just got a little dumb at that point. But it leads you to that situation where they're in China and they call on her one more time. In doing so, she saves the emperor and saves the rest of China again for the second time. The emperor gives his acknowledgement to her and pretty much declares her the hero of China. She goes home to show her dad what she's done and proves that she's worthwhile. And the same thing happens with Mushu. He proved that he was a good guardian, that he was able to take care of her. There's quite a lot of Disney movies where it doesn't follow that trend, and it still works too, but this one really knocked it out of the park with a different formula, great characters, good action sequences. If you can handle the singing, then you're going to love this movie. For an old Disney classic, I think it's really good. I think it's well worth watching, and I'm really glad we watched it. As I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, so I was pleasantly surprised to see this movie still holds up and still seems like it's a really good Disney movie, and you can still show it to your kids, and you can still get some excitement out of it. I don't really have much else to say about this movie, except I recommend it to everybody. Everybody will like this movie, I think. I can't wait to see what we do next week, and I'll talk to you later, Movie Club. Bye.